Pack leader Garrex had never known fear. For 3 million years, the Kethmori had dominated the galaxy as its supreme predators. Standing 12 feet tall on reverse-jointed legs, with retractable claws that could shred starship hulls and enhanced senses that could track prey across light years, they were evolution's perfect killing machines. Their reputation preceded them across every civilized world. When the Kethmori arrived, entire species evacuated their planets. Their hunting rituals were legendary. They would stalk their prey for months, learning their habits, their weaknesses, their fears, before moving in for the ceremonial kill. No species had ever successfully resisted them, which made the report from their scouts on the third planet of the Sol system all the more disturbing. The creatures call themselves humans, reported Scout Velkar, his usually steady voice trembling. They are unusual, pack leader. Garrex's amber eyes narrowed. Define unusual. They have no natural weapons. No claws, no fangs, no armor hide. They're slow, weak, and their senses are pathetically limited. By all measures, they should be easy prey. Then why do you sound terrified? Velkar's predatory confidence cracked completely. Because, pack leader, they hunt us. The statement was so absurd that Garrex's pack brothers erupted in barking laughter. Hunt the Kethmori? The galaxy's apex predators? Impossible. Explain, Garrex commanded. We followed standard protocol, Velkar continued, his voice barely above a whisper. Selected a human settlement for observation. Began stalking procedures. The humans detected our presence within hours. Hours? Garrex's amusement faded. The Kethmori could remain undetected for decades when necessary. They set traps, pack leader. Not primitive snares, but sophisticated psychological warfare. They left false trails, used their own young as bait, created deliberate vulnerabilities to draw us into ambush points. It was as if they understood how we think. Another scout, Thexnor, stepped forward. Pack leader, request permission to show the recordings. The holographic display materialized, showing grainy footage from their reconnaissance mission. Garrex watched in growing unease as human figures moved through dense forest terrain. But something was wrong with their movement patterns. They're not fleeing, he observed. No, pack leader. They're flanking. The recording continued. The humans had somehow tracked the Kethmori hunting party's position and were systematically surrounding them. But more disturbing was their coordination. Hand signals, silent communication, predatory patience that rivaled the Kethmori themselves. Here, Velkar said, his voice cracking. This is when we realized the truth. The footage showed a human female, small even by their species standards, crouching motionlessly in tall grass. For 6 hours, she didn't move. When a young Kethmori scout finally approached her position, thinking her unconscious or dead, she struck with precision that would have impressed a master hunter. A crude projectile weapon, chemical explosives, and the scout was down. She was hunting us, Thexnor whispered. For 6 hours, she waited in perfect stillness, knowing we would come. No fear, no hesitation, just patience. Garrex felt something he had never experienced in 3 centuries of existence. His predatory instincts screaming at him to flee. Continue the recording. What followed violated everything the Kethmori understood about predator-prey relationships. The humans didn't just defend, they pursued. With inferior senses, they tracked the hunting party across rough terrain. With primitive weapons, they systematically eliminated scouts who had survived battles against spacefaring civilizations. But worst of all was their persistence. Kethmori were ambush predators, designed for short, decisive strikes. The humans pursued them for days without rest, taking shifts, coordinating through primitive communication devices, never giving up. They don't hunt for territory, Velkar reported. They don't hunt for resources. They hunt because something threatened their pack. Pack behavior? Garrex asked hopefully. Perhaps this could be understood in familiar terms. No, pack leader. Worse, they hunt for revenge. The final footage showed the human hunting party standing over the bodies of 3 Kethmori scouts. But instead of the ritual consumption or territory marking that any proper predator would display, they simply left. No feeding, no trophy taking. They had killed for the simple purpose of eliminating a threat. Garex rose from his command throne, his claws unconsciously extending. Recommendations? Immediate withdrawal from Sol System, Velkar said. Classification of humans as apex predator species. Pack leader, we may be faster and stronger, but there's something we have never encountered, which is persistence hunters who never stop learning. Every engagement teaches them more about us, but we learn nothing new about them because they are already using everything they have. For the first time in Keth Mori history, Pack Leader Garex issued a retreat order. In his final report to the Galactic Hunting Council, he wrote, Sol, 3 species designation, avoid at all costs. Humans are not prey. They are the hunters we would become if we lost everything that made us civilized.